Hi, my name is Brandy, and this is my introduction video to Observant Observations. I decided to speak up about a few things that I've observed in the Torah Observant community, which is also sometimes known as the Messianic Judaism community, Hebrew Roots community, Christian Roots community. There's probably several other names that I'm not aware of. But my definition and my belief is, when I say Torah observant, that I observe the entire Bible and try to apply it in all aspects of my life. And that does include the first 5 books in the Old Testament that are also known as the Torah. I try to live those out, the laws of God, Yahweh, to the best of my abilities. Not to earn salvation, but because I have faith in the laws of His kingdom, and that His ways are good, and that His law brings life. And so that is my definition of Torah observant, just to clear the air. I'm not affiliated with the denominations or movements of Messianic Judaism or Hebrew Roots per se. Just me and my family observe the entire Bible and take it literally. And we do our best to apply it to our lives and let His standard be our standard for living. Also, so when I say observant observations, I'm also showing that I do observe the Torah, but also I observe the things that are going on in the world around me, that are going on in these movements and certain trends, and just other observations that I've made from just people that I know or people that I observe on social media, especially Facebook. A lot of the ministries and teachings out there I pay attention to and try to learn from. And just things going on with just different climates in the world and tensions or just everyday life. My perspective is I am a stay-at-home mother of 3, and my husband and I have been Torah observant since 2013. And I just wanted to share some of the observations that I've made, maybe share some of the insight I have from my perspective. I'm not claiming to be a teacher or an expert. I'm just stating some things that I have observed, and as someone in this walk that doesn't necessarily appreciate nor fit into a lot of the broad generalizations and the broad strokes that are kind of used to describe this movement, and just also share some observations I have made about the goodness and mercy and the blessings of Yahweh in being observant. So I also should probably put a disclaimer that I might have a few rants, but I hope to equal that all out with a lot of praise and encouragement as well. At the very least, I'd like to get you to think, maybe see things from a different perspective that isn't necessarily shown or spoken of, just because a lot of us feel like, who are we to say anything? But we are His children, we are of His kingdom, and we all have integrity, and we all have dignity, and we all have a different and unique perspective on things. And sometimes it's frustrating when one particular perspective is highlighted and oftentimes not favorably viewed. So I want to take the time to just share my own perspective, my own observations, as someone with a very unique, diverse, eclectic, and not very pretty background. But praise the Father that I have been redeemed and healed of a lot of things because of His mercy and for being observant to all of His word. Also, I wanted to share a disclaimer that this particular channel may not be for everyone. So if you are not a fan of controversial topics, or if you're not observing the Torah then this probably isn't for you, because this will be my viewpoint in all things. I will apply the Bible to all of my logic and understanding. I try not to rely on my own understanding, and I definitely, almost to the point of antagonism, will avoid a worldview for justification for what I do. So if those things are not of interest to you, then that's okay. But if they are, I hope to hopefully shed some light, give some encouragement, and above all, share my testimony and give glory to the Father, who deserves that and much more. Another disclaimer is my very first video, where I will be making an observation, is a very controversial topic, but it's been put on me to kind of address it. And I've waited and I've waited due to I'm not really a big fan of being in front of cameras. I'm not really technically savvy. And I've also kind of been waiting to see if someone else would speak up from this particular point of view, and it hasn't happened. So my first video is the topic is what has motivated me to even start doing this. And so this will not be for everyone either. It is a controversial topic. It may not make any sense. Once I post the video up and you start watching it, you may be like, what is she even talking about? But anyone who is in the Torah observant community, the Messianic, Hebrew roots, all of those, they'll know what I'm talking about. It's exploded everywhere. And I've waited as long as I could before I decided to kind of put my horse into this race. So just a warning, the very first video may not be for you, and that's okay. I hope the rest of them aren't as controversial. I can't promise that, but I will make an effort. And anyways, I just want to say shalom and thank you and welcome.